Potsy wants to stay with the campaign, but the possibility of piracy charges back in Melbourne might prevent him from returning to the Southern Ocean.
I want to stay on board because I think that, I have some experience and skills to pass on to new people that will come on board.
Key officers leaving include the ship's bosun, the communications officer, and the doctor. Kim McCoy will also be leaving once the Steve Irwin reaches port. She will continue in her role as executive director back on land.
It was really hard to know that the ship was going to be going back down and I wasn't going to be a part of the action. But I was also really happy to know that I could be of real service from our headquarters. All right, thanks, Dave. Love you. Bye.
Kim's significant other, Alex, works at Sea Shepherd headquarters and has a surprise for her.
We got this email from Alex at the office in Friday Harbor, and it's very special. Attention all crew. In my hand, I hold a very special announcement for our good friend, Kim McCoy. It's a message from Alex, one of our employees at the office in Friday Harbor. Kim, Alex would very, very much like to marry you this summer in Friday Harbor.
It was the last thing on Earth I would have expected. Am I supposed to go tell him an answer?
Go give him hell for being so unenthusiastic. It's like he was putting an order through at McDonald's. And he'd like to bring home a large order of fries with that, if you wouldn't mind.
I think I'll be alone for that. Congratulations.
Kim will return to Friday Harbor, Washington, where the Sea Shepherds are headquartered.
I started the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society in 1977 after leaving the Greenpeace Foundation. I felt there was a need for an interventionist organization.
I think the unique thing about Sea Shepherd's approach is the direct action. We're not a protest group. We're not sort of interested in making phone calls or writing letters. We look to be that spark that inspires people around the world.
Paul is a quiet visionary who works behind the scenes for hours on end and then springs into action when the time comes for him to be the voice of Sea Shepherd.
And that's a key to the art of war. And we are in a war of sorts. So, the war to save humanity through saving the diversity of our ecosystems.
Since leaving Greenpeace in '77, I haven't seen a whale die. And that's what Sea Shepherd's good at, is stopping the killing of whales or seals, fish, sharks, sea turtles.
Our clients are the whales, the seals, the fish. Those are who we represent. We try to represent them the best we can. Well, I founded the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society about 30 years ago in 1977, and I set it up as an organization to intervene against illegal activities like illegal whaling, illegal fishing, and that's what we've been targeting over all these years. I think the difference between me and a lot of people is that I've stayed consistent to what I'm doing. I haven't moved on in other directions. The whole thing about Sea Shepherd is, for whatever reason, Paul Watson has some sort of incredible luck of finding these people, and he basically goes on instinct. We're not a protest group. We're not down here protesting whaling. What we're doing is intervening against an illegal activity. That's what we do, and we've been doing it for 30 years. I'm not going to tell them what they want to hear. I'm going to tell them what they have to hear. I could die for you, for that is the ultimate commitment of love. The willingness to die in defense of another or for others, the greatest expression of selflessness and courage that any person can demonstrate. The fight to save the planet and protect the planet from ourselves seems to be a thankless and never-ending task, so I don't really see any retirement in my future when it comes to this.
Steve Irwin docked in Melbourne today after a month at sea chasing harpoon boats.
It's been a long time offshore for the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society's ship, the Steve Irwin. As it pulled into Victoria Harbour this afternoon, the crew stood proud and received a hero's welcome.
It feels really good to have people come out to check us out, give us a wave, and been giving us the thumbs up as well, so it's a pretty good feeling.
When we pulled into port, there were hundreds of people there waiting for us, cheering, and the outpouring of support, it was touching.
You're all famous now. Yeah, when we first got off the ship, it was pretty intimidating with all the media there, but it was good, sort of great relief to see my family and girlfriend.
It was an emotional return home for Australian Benjamin Potts. He and Briton Giles Lane still don't know if they'll be charged for boarding a Japanese harpoon boat without permission last month.
The Australian Federal Police want to meet with Giles and Potsy and Paul and the people who were directly involved in the hostage situation.
Potsy and Giles are now facing the possibility of being charged with piracy for boarding the Japanese whaling ship.
I have no idea what the federal police, what their plan is right now. No, I've never been arrested. I've never been in trouble with the law or anything like that.
The Australian federal government has its own welcoming party for the Sea Shepherds. Potsy and Giles could be facing piracy charges for boarding the Japanese whaler.
We really don't even know the scope of inquiry or what it is that the federal police hope to find out.
Potsy was the only Australian citizen involved in the action and is called below by federal authorities for questioning.
They searched us. They were like, "You're not going to give us any trouble," and went through the whole sort of police procedure. Yeah, and they proceeded to interrogate us.
He took my book, Nobody Talks, Everybody Walks, very seriously and just totally frustrated the police because he didn't say a word through all that interrogation.
I don't really care what the Australian government does, they're just posturing as what governments do, We've dealt with more serious issues in the past, so they can play their little game and spend all the taxpayers' money, but it's really not going to amount to anything.
The federal authorities leave without taking any action. Undaunted, the Sea Shepherds vow to continue their fight against whaling.
We have no idea what they're investigating. Obviously, Japan has put in a complaint, and Japan's, the Japanese whaling industry seems to carry a lot of weight here with the government, certainly not with the people.
Potsy has escaped legal action and is using his newfound fame to promote the Sea Shepherd cause.
Our next guest, Ben Potts. The cook who's suddenly in the action. I feel really honoured to be, the focal point of everyone's sort of hard work, on part of the crew and supporters, and to be put in that position is pretty special and give me an opportunity to talk about things, which is really good.
It's been an absolute treat talking to you. We wish you well. Keep up the amazing work that you're doing.
Cheers.
The crew begins to thin out as several of the volunteers take the opportunity in port to leave the Sea Shepherd campaign.
Bye-bye. This is daughter number 2, Julia, who's been pretty patient waiting for me.
I'm very proud. Very proud. I was a bit worried about him. I'm very happy to have him back. I'm going to take him out for a big meal.
The reason that a lot of people are leaving now is because they were very dedicated, and they're still very dedicated. They were basically pissed off by all this nonsense going on.
Chief Engineer Charles Hutchins is finally able to assess the severity of the engine troubles.
Amazing, the crankshaft got room to turn round at all, to be honest.
The problem is much worse than originally thought. Charles calls pilot Chris Altman down to the engine room to inform him that there could be several broken parts on the engine.
You can see what you're looking at. This end's got the bearings in it. Yeah. This bit's got the turbine wheel in it. Okay, yeah. And this one's got the air compressor bit in it. That might be astronomically expensive. Right. I couldn't afford one.
Chris must now break the news to Captain Watson.
The turbocharger could be absolutely astronomically expensive. Like 6 digits. What do you 6 digits? Like 100 grand. They can't be that expensive. The smaller they are, the more expensive they are.
It will cost $400,000 to repair the Steve Irwin's damaged engine and crane, as well as purchase fuel and supplies. It is far more money than the Sea Shepherds have, and the donation-based organization must now more than ever rely on the public for support.
Drawing you did.
Want to put that down on the board?
Yeah, and do you want the shirt?
All our financing comes from our individual supporters. We're a unique organization in that we don't spend massive amounts of money on solicitations and advertising and all this sort of thing.
Cutting-edge ships is evidence of their incredible profits.
Even if only 5% of the people eat whale meat, that's enough of a market to sustain the industry. One whale can go from anywhere from $250,000 to $1 million.
International Whaling Commission rules state that no part of any whale killed for research can go to waste. The Japanese fleet is a well-oiled machine. Whales are caught and then packaged while at sea. A supply ship then takes the product back to Japan while the fleet continues to hunt until the season is over and the set quota is met. Supporters have succeeded in replenishing the food and fuel needed for the next leg of the campaign.
It's $220.
Wow. Oh, well, thank you so very much. Oh, well, thank you very much.
And this is to secure a ton of fuel and
Thank you very much.
But the funds are not enough to cover the high cost of repairing the engine and crane. It is the height of whaling season, and if Paul Watson doesn't come up with the money fast, this year's campaign to save the whales